I realized that we have not done the dummy data for the volunteer shifts. So let's do this now. And this one is a little bit different than the others because it does have a relationship to the volunteer job. So I'm gonna do an export, and I want to open it this time. Which one is it? Close all of this. The one is volunteer shifts, right? So these are the headers, and we know that this status is just pulling from the event. It's not needed. And this event volunteer jobs, I'm not sure what that is. We don't need it. This is the link. So these are the actual fields that we need. We need the name, the start date time, the end date time, and the volunteer job. Right. So these are the fields. I don't have to send it the actual document. I can just send it the fields, right? So these are the fields for now. We are ready to import data for another table, volunteer shifts. For the volunteer job column, use values from our previous volunteer job names. So I'm asking it to use, for the volunteer job, to use the names from the previously generated volunteer job table. Once we enter the name, the system will create the relationship between the two. Add it. Let's try to import. Import. We were on the right thing. Shifts, right? So I wouldn't like the way this was generated, the name, shift number 1 and number 2 and number 3 and so on. It's fine, but if you open one event and then you open its jobs and then you open its shifts, and then you notice that it says shift 9, you would think that this is the 9th shift in this event, in this event's job. But this is not the case. This is just, it's using the same number and it's just adding one for every row in the database. So this is just a database level numbering system, and it's not an event level or a volunteer job level numbering system. We're going to keep it as is, but you would want to change it to something else meaningful. Either you ask the AI to do so, or you could do it yourself. Or you can even change the name from a text field into something called an auto number, so it auto generates these numbers for you as well. A name is more meaningful if you want to spend the time to do so. Right? So go ahead and import. I realized also that we did an import for volunteer jobs in which we related the volunteer jobs to the event, and Claude did actually put in the names of the events without us having to tell it to do so. So it did understand that, and that actually worked. We'll just do some cleaning, and then looking back at how you traverse through these relationships from the event, you can go to one event that does have some jobs. So we have 2 jobs here. You can click on this job, and then down here, you're going to see the shifts related to this job as well. Right? So this is it for the volunteer shifts import.